with all of those, well, I won't call them cowards. I'll just say all those concerned with their own safety referees that refuse to officiate this match here tonight. Earl Hebner and Jack Doan, all those guys, they didn't want to be a part of this, so, well, Stone Cold Steve Austin brings in Mick Foley.
Which is, I think, a brilliant move because Mick Foley has no fear. I think he has as much character as any man I have been associated with in my almost 30 years.
Well, I tell you, I think that maybe Triple H might have reminded, oh my gosh, he might have reminded Mick Foley that, you know, referee Tim White, he refereed his very last match inside of Hell in a Cell. He was injured. That's the last match he was ever in.
Tim White, a great referee career, ended as the official in this matchup, and the first knockdown of the match scored by Kevin Nash. It won't be the last, and you just got to wonder how much punishment can the game take at the hands of the 7-foot Kevin Nash. And let's keep it real simple here, folks. As long as Nash can maintain a vertical base and do this, lay those right hands to the face, to the jaw, to the temple, to the torso of Triple H, it will perhaps be a matter of time before the game or any other human being, King, will lose this match to a brawler, to a man with a nasty mean streak.
Well, Triple H almost took away that vertical base you were talking about, JR. Almost.
Right hands by Triple H. I don't think Triple H can do it.
Look at this!
And Kevin Nash shoving Triple H right back into Mick Foley.
Mick Foley lost his vertical base.
That wasn't Triple H's fault. That was Kevin Nash's power and intensity. I don't know that there's too many men in the world that can beat Kevin Nash in a straight-up fist fight, and that's what I got a feeling this is going to be.
Wait a minute, size it up the game? Don't get cocky, don't get arrogant there, Kevin Nash. You're in a Hell in a Cell with a man that retires people, ends people's careers in this kind of match.
Hard clothesline by.
Don't even ask your referee there.
Nash knocking Triple H to the outside. You're not going to see any countouts or disqualifications here. The referee here basically just to count the pinfall or to ring the bell if there's a submission.
Let's face it, that referee's here because he's sick, because he's crazy enough to do this.
And he has fear. He's fearless. We have seen some of the most shocking, memorable.
Well, he used to be fearless. Come on. Triple H was right last week when he told Foley, you're just an ordinary guy now. You got an ordinary family. You got an ordinary life. Stay home with an ordinary little life.
He was ordinary. He would not be in the WWE on this night, King.
There's nothing ordinary about that Mick Foley's butt kicking that Triple H gave him last week. That was extraordinary.
It surely was. And so is Mick Foley, an extraordinary man. Triple H back ramming off that fence, and the fence doesn't give a damn.
You got to admit that that's a less than ordinary referee shirt. That looks like a dime store referee shirt. Where'd you get that, Salvation Army? That thing's spray painted, isn't it?
It's Mick Foley style. He's not in the best, he never won any best dressed awards here. Look at Nash, nothing pretty, nothing fancy.
Oh, no, look at
Oh, that's got to kill this Triple H's lower back. Those little thin mats. There's absolutely no give. They're laying on the concrete floor.
I know Foley is not a, I know he's not a trained referee, and he's certainly no fan of the game, but couldn't he at least suggest that that Kevin Nash get the action back in the ring?
I suppose he could, but anything goes. It's a no disqualification, no count out. I mean, there should be no controversy in officiating in this match. Referee's here to count the pinfall or signal for the submission.
I know. I heard Foley say, all you gotta do is count 1, 2, 3.
Hard slam could be it here. There's a cover, and Nash turning up the heat on that lower back. Remember, it all started on the outside with that big back body drop on the floor on the outside. And I think those thin mats are going to help you. Got another thing coming, folks.
No, I've got to give Foley a little credit. That count that I saw there was pretty normal. Let's see about
this. There's the elbow, another lateral press at Triple H trying to slide out, and he got his shoulder up.
Quite frankly, I expected a fast count from Foley whenever the game had his shoulders on the mat.
I think Foley's showing us that he's got the class he's always exhibited here in the WWE and in his life.
Now look at this. Does anything go? Does steel chairs go?
I think I mentioned that like 8 times. Do you not hear anything?
Well, what's a steel
yes,
chair?
What's
a steel chair doing inside a Hell in a Cell?
Well, we'll get him. Look at this. Use a wicker chair next time to make you happy. My God, steel on the spine of a world's heavyweight champion. And I'll tell you what, you talk about some payback time, and a man reaping what he has sown. Triple H has been one of the most arrogant, uncaring bastards that this company has ever seen. And now he is...
Oh, boy. What a potty mouth. So much for objectivity.
Objectivity when it comes to Triple H. And, Nash, this is overpowered. This is just Kevin Nash imposing his physical will on the heavyweight champion. And I respect Triple H's toughness. He's beat the best in the business. There's no doubt about that. He's beat Austin. He's beat Rollins. He's beat The Undertaker. Triple H has beaten them all. But I don't think
we don't have to call him names. How would you like it if in the Oklahoma game the announcer just said, "Oh, look at those red and white bastards out there scoring a touchdown"? You wouldn't like that, would you?
Well, I probably wouldn't care for it, but that'd be their prerogative. They're not doing this, and I am. Yeah, oh, look at this, God Almighty! This is these steel steps. This is going to sound bad. It's going to look bad. Man, that was aiming right for the head of the game. And then Triple H fighting his way back up. You talk about a guy seeing his life again flash before him, and Triple H with an adrenaline rush.
Take a look at this. This almost hit Triple H, but you know what I think this was? I think this was a wake-up call for Triple H. You know what that did? Well, I'm gonna tell you, that pissed him off right there.
I'll tell you what, that would have been emphatically over if those steps had hit Triple H in the face. He was done for. He was fried, died, and laid to the side. And oh, look at this. Jackknife coming. Jackknife coming. Triple H. Triple H used the cage to leverage himself back down and Triple H down out of desperation, perhaps.
Look at this. He is clubbing Kevin Nash right into oblivion.
Hard right hand.
Wow. What do you say, Nash?
And now he's looking under the ring, and I don't think Austin and Bischoff thought about what all was under the ring. That's a toolbox.
Yep, that's a toolbox.
And
well, Triple H's got a little work to do here tonight.
Well, the handy hardware man, Triple H.
It's tool time.
That was he got in his hand there.
I think that's the metal lid to that toolbox.
Hard right hand again, the knockdown, and Triple H.
Hammer!
Oh, hammer! Pardon me, hammer! Good God! Right to that thigh. Now remember, Nash is just coming back from having his quadricep, that thigh muscle, reattached a few months ago.
So much for Kevin Nash's vertical base. When the old hammer comes into play.
God Almighty! That is sick.
Did he hit him in the head?
You damn right. And if that doesn't end this thing, then Triple H has better call out the Texas Rangers. And I'm not talking about the baseball team and Foley unarming the game.
Did he take the hammer? What's wrong with him?
And Mick Foley, the hell will you, champ? Don't try to intimidate me. And Foley's almost challenging the game.
What do you mean almost?
So much for objectivity.
Yeah, what do you mean almost?
Mick Foley's getting emotional in an unemotional role here as the official.
Come on, Foley. Then Kevin Nash is getting up after this.
How in God's name, look.
And then not fracture his skull.
How do you know it didn't, Dr. Kildare? Right hands. More right hands. And now Kevin Nash is
Maybe it did fracture his skull.
Nash is a bloody mess from that hammer shot right to the top of his head. Blood rushing down the face of Kevin Nash. And Nash may not be able to recover from this. And Nash's skin and epidermis being left hanging on that Hell in a Cell. And the game now with a huge and decided advantage after the use of that hammer.
Well, Kevin Nash should have known what he was getting into. This demonic cell. And being in there with the game. Not only is the game the world champion, but he's the master at this Hell in a Cell match.
This is no surprise for Nash. He's not surprised. He's not
conscious.
And he's not tapping out. He's not quitting. But he may have no choice here. This may be the night that the game establishes himself. Look at this again.
Hey, Foley, does this look familiar to you?
This is cruel and unusual punishment by the heavyweight champion of the world.
You think this brings back any memories to Foley?
I'm sure there's a flashback or two. Maybe going through what cells Mick has left, and Nash laying in his own pool of blood there. A little puddle of blood on the outside. And Nash hurting big time. The game has a huge advantage if it continues this way.
No, not the screwdriver. JR, you said it yourself about a month ago. This kind of match is not for the weak-hearted. Now he's gonna stab him. What the heck?
The game turned to use that screwdriver into the head of Kevin Nash. Nash blocking it, but the game going downstairs. And look at this, my God.
He's gonna rip him wide open.
Triple H driving that screwdriver into the head. And ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the graphic display here, our explanation, but we're calling it like we see it.
Kevin Nash is screwed right now, that's it. Foley, you might as well stop this thing.
Nash throwing down the weapon, or Triple H, throwing down the weapon.
Weapon screwdriver. It's in a toolbox.
What the hell do you think he's going to fix his cabinets? Adjust his
Wait.
carburetor?
He's got more work to do.
Now what?
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God.
I know what that is. You know what that is?
That's a Mick Foley-inspired 2x4 with barbed wire on it. And downstairs with that barbed wire 2x4.
Did you hear that?
Man, this is getting sick and nasty. And look at Nash. I have never seen Kevin Nash in all the years I've known him be physically dominated as we have seen in the last few minutes. And up next, Triple H with a big right hand. And another big right hand from the 300-pounder. And down goes the world's heavyweight champion.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Oh, business is picking up here.
Wait a minute, Foley. Foley.
Oh, God. Triple H tried to block it. He tried to get his hands up.
How do you block barbed wire?
But to no avail. Triple H tried to get his hands up, at least to deflect it somewhat, but to no avail. And the barbed wire just hit Triple H.
No.
And there you see the results.
You're right, he wasn't able to block. Well, he blocked it with his head, obviously. Oh.
Triple H got that left arm up, and he got knocked down again, and now both men, their faces becoming the proverbial Crimson Mask here in Houston, Texas, at Bad Blood. And we're seeing plenty of bad blood in this match.
And we're seeing the referee, Mick Foley, let anything go.
What does Nash do? Nash trying to secure that barbed wire right above the top turnbuckle. I can only imagine what thoughts are racing through the mind of Kevin Nash. And look at Nash now. Again, reestablishing that vertical base where he's most dangerous. He's coming with right hand.
Oh, look at Triple H. It's horrible.
Triple H and the bloodbath in. Nash following the game
I don't know
in.
who's bleeding more.
Hard clothesline. The game barely. If the ropes weren't there, the game would not be standing. And the power of Nash. He's lost a lot of blood, but he's still got a lot of power.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, my God. No, you got to be kidding. And the game face first into that whole roll, that wad of barbed wire.
Ooh.
And there's the results, my God. This is sick. And it's all about a friendship gone wrong. It's all about the heavyweight championship of the world. And this is getting not for the weak at heart here. There's a cover. We're going to have a new, we're not going to have a new champion, at least on this exchange.
You know why we didn't see a quick count from Mick Foley right there? I'll tell you what. No, not because it's fair, because he's loving this. Mick Foley is loving what he's seeing right here. That's the kind of warped, sick individual he is.
How did you analyze that, Dr. Phil? How do you know that? I think he made a great call.
He's got a doctor finish. Dr. Kildare, Dr. Phil, Dr. Andrews. These guys are going to need some doctors tonight.
There's no doubt about that. Look at Nash.
Oh, look out!
Nash throwing the ring, steps in the ring, and
Look at Foley. He's just standing back watching.
What do you want him to do?
He's enjoying this. He's looking at that blood stream down Triple H's face. I think I saw Foley smile a minute ago.
Triple H trying to get the hell out of the ring, but he can't go anywhere with this Hell in a Cell surrounding the ring. And Triple H just broke that wooden crate right in the face.
Did you hear that?
Kevin Nash.
See that crack on that? On Nash's skull?
And this is,
Yeah, I want to see this again.
Listen. Man, I tell you, the game on his hands and knees, he's got something else on his mind. Nash knocked down from...
Gotta be some more good stuff under that ring.
That wooden crate knocked Nash down.
Oh, boy.
Well, there's Triple H's favorite
Old Faithful.
weapon of choice, that sledgehammer.
Old Faithful.
We have seen the game use this effectively on many occasions, including against Kevin Nash.
This is the reason Foley's in there refereeing. As Earl Hebner tasted that sledgehammer. No, Foley, get out of the way.
Foley just...
He's taking the sledgehammer. No!
A hard right hand and a no disqualification match by the game on Mick Foley, and that may come back and backfire on the game.
You knew it was just a matter of time.
Oh, what happened? Nash, I think, with a drop toe hold as Triple H's his face, his bloody face, bouncing off the steps. The cover, we got it. Here we go. Oh my God, that was inches away from a new champion.
Let me check this out. Let me see what happened. Oh, yeah, drop toe hold. You're right. The game's face rammed right into those steel steps.
This is the ultimate gut check. How much longer can these two men endure the pain and punishment, the loss of blood that they have encountered? This is a career-shortening, maybe career-ending confrontation here tonight.
Both these guys in a weakened condition.
Right to that repaired quadricep. Triple H had one himself over a year ago. He knows all about it. And now the game with a steel chair. Oh! That is... Oh, God!
Oh, no, Foley's whacked!
Foley's busted open. The referee's bleeding. The challenger's bleeding. The champion is bleeding. And this match somehow... Wait a minute!
What the hell?
It's Mr. Socko!
Mr. Socko? You've got to be kidding me! Triple H, look out! There's that sick sock! It's on Foley's hand!
The mandible claw of the champion!
No!
Referee Foley's got the mandible claw on the heavyweight champion of the world!
What kind of referee could do this and get away with it?
Triple H is fading! And all downstairs! Triple H with a rush of adrenaline, with one last act of desperation before he was going out.
Triple H is bleeding, Nash is bleeding, Foley's bleeding, and Socko's bleeding.
And Nash has got the steel steps again.
Watch your back, Triple H.
Nash has got the steel steps again.
Oh!
And Nash aiming for Triple H.
He hit them both.
I think he got the referee and the champion.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is ugly. There's a cover. There's a cover.
Foley.
It should be over.
Foley is out. He's talking to Socko over here. He's so out of it.
Mick Foley's.
Turn around. No, don't turn around.
Foley's had his bell rung from those steps, and Nash had the match won.
You don't know that.
I don't think Triple H is going to kick out.
What is Nash doing now?
Oh, God. Foley exploded like he was shot out of a cannon.
Uh-oh.
And now the game looking for the pedigree.
They're going to have the match.
But it's countered. Pedigree is countered. And the challenger.
No! Oh, no! Into the barbed wire again.
For the second time. For the second time. And more blood loss. It's a bloodletting. But now it's a jackknife. Preliminary champion. A new heavyweight champion. There's a jackknife.
Wait a minute.
Referee.
Where'd Foley get that?
Oh, my God. My God. How did Triple H kick out?
How did Foley come back from this? Kevin Nash moves. Oh, no, he doesn't move. He slammed into Foley and Foley into the Hell in a Cell.
It looked like Foley was shot out of a cannon from the impact, and will you look at the carnage?
Let me ask you this, though. Do you believe in the game now? Huh? Do you, JR? How did he kick out of that? How did he save himself in the championship?
Why would you think I never believed in the game?
Oh, you called him a bastard.
Well, that doesn't mean I don't believe in him. I think he is a bastard. I think he's a heartless bastard, and Mick Foley is bleeding. Is he bleeding from the mouth and from the head? Nash has lost a lot of blood.
I bet Foley wishes he was in his ordinary house, in his ordinary little lazy boy recliner, watching this with his ordinary family right now, instead of being, covered with blood right now.
I think he's right where he wants to be. Mick Foley, his heart is in the WWE. His soul is with his fans. And Mick Foley is right where he wants to be. And the game is reaching for the sledgehammer.
His blood is on the floor. Get the hammer.
The game reaching for that sledgehammer. Maybe that's the game's only way out.
Got it. Use it.
The game goes to the sledgehammer. And knocking Nash down. And, oh my God, Nash is still moving.
How is he
How in
still moving?
God's name is he moving to the sledgehammer? And now Nash, pedigree. Nash just got his face pedigreed right through the canvas.
Triple H is like a shark. He smells blood. Literally, he got him now.
There's no way that Nash is going to kick out of this. This one is over. Foley's going to make the count.
He did it!